Welcome to Bro Awakened. Today we are going to react to Gerald R. 4 class, the US Navy's $13 billion aircraft carrier.
Yeah. Alright, let's get into it.
Meet the new Gerald R. Ford class, U.S. Navy's $13 billion aircraft carrier. The Gerald R. Ford class aircraft carrier, a technological marvel and symbol of American naval supremacy, ushers in a new era of maritime warfare capabilities. Named after the 38th President of the United States, these supercarriers represent a quantum leap in naval engineering and operational flexibility.
As well.
With new technologies and advancements in various systems compared to legacy-class carriers, the Gerald R. Ford carriers are ahead of their time, leaving history in the past and paving the way for their own future. The Ford-class carriers differ significantly from their predecessors. First and foremost, the supercarriers are enormous. They're the largest ships in terms of displacement ever built for the U.S. Navy. Spanning a length of approximately 1,092 to...
I think it's just not the US Navy alone, I think it's the entire world though.
What?
Gerald R. 4 class. I think it's the largest carrier in the world.
Oh, yeah.
I think China created some, but I don't think it's as good as compared to the US.
They created like aircraft carriers.
Yeah, I think one they have manufactured it and then we have another one.
Oh.
But $13 billion is no joke, man. It's like for some whole country's GDP, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. I mean, it's going to run through the...
Run through what?
It's based on the economy, right? If the economy performs well, then only they'll have that kind of money.
Yeah, to invest on.
So they're interdependent on the economy as well.
1,106 feet, weighing 100,000 tons with a price tag of around $13 billion, the Ford class incorporates more than 23 new technologies, comprising dramatic advances in the propulsion system, electromagnetic aircraft launch system, advanced arresting gear, machinery controls, radars, and integrated warfare systems. These innovations will support a 33% higher sortie generation rate at a significant cost savings when compared to Nimitz-class carriers. The Gerald R. Ford class also offers a significant reduction, approximately $4 billion per ship, in life cycle operations and support costs compared to the earlier Nimitz class. The new technology and warfighting capabilities that the Gerald Ford brings to the fleet will transform naval warfare, supporting a more capable and lethal forward-deployed U.S. naval presence. In an emerging era of great power competition, Ford class will serve as the most agile and lethal combat platform in the world, with improved systems that enhance interoperability among other platforms in the carrier strike group, as well as with the naval forces of regional allies and partners. Another distinctive feature of the Gerald Ford is its 11 advanced weapons elevators, capable of lifting heavier loads up to 24,000 pounds compared to those on other carriers. The movement of weapons from storage and assembly to the aircraft on the flight deck has been streamlined and accelerated. Ordnance will be lifted to the centralized rearming location via higher capacity weapons elevators that use linear motors. The elevators are located so that ordnance need not cross any areas of aircraft movement, thereby reducing traffic problems in the hangars and on the flight deck. In 2008, Rear Admiral Dennis M. Dwyer said these changes would make it hypothetically possible to rearm the airplanes in minutes instead of hours. Furthermore, the USS Gerald Ford is equipped with two A-1B nuclear reactors. These reactors are smaller and simpler, requiring fewer crew members, yet they're significantly more powerful than the Nimitz-class A-4W reactor. Two reactors are installed on each Gerald R. Ford class carrier, providing a power generation capacity at least 25% greater than that of the two A-4W reactors in a Nimitz-class carrier. The Navy expects that the Gerald R. Ford class will remain part of the fleet for 90 years, until the year 2105.
Well, people do, man.
This means that the class must effectively adopt new technology over the decades. Currently, only half of the electric power generation capacity is utilized by planned systems, with the remaining half available for future technologies. A growing fleet. It's anticipated that there will be 10 ships in this Ford class.
What?
Thus far, 5 have been announced.
One ship.
USS Gerald R. Ford, CVN-78, USS John F. Kennedy, CVN-79, USS Enterprise, CVN-80, USS Doris Miller, CVN-81, and CVN-82. The USS Gerald R. Ford, CVN-78, is the pioneering aircraft carrier of its class and represents the first new aircraft carrier design in over 40 years.
First of all, I thought this video was just about one ship,
Yeah.
one aircraft carrier, but I didn't know they were manufacturing this many aircraft carriers. This is a lot of money, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. They have so many of it.
I mean, like, you remember Soviet Union, they started to go all over the place, and then they couldn't manage it. The Navy got to think how to budget this, because imagine they start building all this, and then they have. I know it's a good thing, but
Yeah.
how do you manage, man? Like, you have so many assets like running all throughout the world, right? They already have about 11 in the previous video. Remember, they had about 11 there.
Oh, yeah.
11 or 12 or 14, I can't remember. And then plus these 10 here, that's like about almost 24, 30 aircraft carriers. And to manage each of those aircraft carriers, plus you're having a strike group, right? They don't come alone, right? These aircraft carriers.
Oh, they have like other ships around.
Yeah, other ships, they have the submarines and all come in. I mean, the maintenance alone is crazy. This is like a tiny fortress, right? Like a small city fortress running around,
Yeah.
right?
It is actually.
Yeah, and it is expensive to maintain, man. And it's going to be totally interdependent on the economy, like I mentioned before, because the performance of the American economy is going to dictate how the naval force and everything operates.
Yeah.
If the economy tanks, all this goes to absolutely nothing.
That's true.
But then again, also we have to think about the issues. Like these aircraft carriers, they can be shut down.
How?
Like those, yeah, remember in the previous video we were mentioning that the Chinese got those YJ-21 and DF-28D or something. That's a aircraft carrier. They can hit this. So if one of those missiles hit this, and plus it's nuclear, I do not know. I think this shit might blow up. 13 billion down the drain there.
It will be a huge loss for them. Honestly, a lot of people will be dying as well, right?
There's a lot of lives to be lost also,
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah.
The keel of the Ford was laid on November 14th, 2009. Laying the keel is the formal recognition of the start of a ship's construction. On November 9th, 2013, the Ford was christened by Susan Ford Bales, the daughter of Gerald R. Ford.
I christen the United States ship Gerald R. Ford. May God bless the ship and all who sail her.
USS Gerald R. Ford was commissioned on July 22, 2017 by President Donald Trump. The commissioning ceremony marks the entry of a ship into active naval service. This was the day Ford took her place in the fleet alongside the other ships. Gerald R. Ford entered the fleet, replacing the decommissioned USS Enterprise, CVN-65, which ended her 51 years of active service. As of 2017, the USS Gerald R. Ford holds the distinction of being the world's largest aircraft carrier and the largest warship ever constructed. USS John F. Kennedy is the second aircraft carrier of the Ford class, and it's scheduled to replace USS Nimitz when it's decommissioned. USS Enterprise, the third Ford-class aircraft carrier to be constructed for the Navy, it'll be the 9th United States naval vessel and the third aircraft carrier to bear the name. It's scheduled to be in operation by 2028 and will replace the USS Dwight D. Eisenhower. Carrier Air Wing. The aircraft carrier with its embarked carrier air wing is a preeminent asset for the maintenance of maritime superiority across the oceans of the globe. History has time and again shown the invaluable benefits of having the capability to bring decisive air power to bear from the sea. The carrier air wing serves as the primary means of deploying both offensive and defensive firepower. The Ford has the capability to carry more than 75 aircraft, which includes a diverse range of aircraft such as the F-35C Lightning II, FA-18EF Super Hornet, EA-18G Growler, E-2D Advanced Hawkeye, C-2A Greyhound, MH-60RS helicopters, and unmanned combat aerial vehicles. In 2020, the U.S. Navy commenced the replacement of C-2As with CMV-22Bs, thereby fulfilling the carrier on-board delivery mission for the large deck carrier fleet. In addition to its versatility, the Ford class can recover and launch various short takeoff and vertical landing aircraft used by the U.S. Marine Corps.
That Osprey, that helicopter that looks,
Oh,
the hybrid one. I heard that has a problem.
What
Keeps
type of
crashing.
How is it?
Furthermore, the ship's design margins allow for the integration of future next-generation aircraft known as the FA-XX fighter jet.
Holy.
The FA-XX is part of a
They have
development and
so many.
acquisition program for a
Gorgeous,
future
man.
sixth-generation air superiority fighter intended to replace the FA-18EF Super Hornet and complement the F-35C starting in the 2030s. Ford Defensive Systems. In addition to the carrier's air wing, the Gerald R. Ford class aircraft carrier is equipped with a formidable array of defensive weaponry. These include 2 RIM-162 Evolved
that's crazy.
Sea Sparrow missiles, 2 RIM-116 rolling airframe missile systems, 3 balanced close-in weapon systems, CWIS, for close-range defense, as well as
Man,
4
that's
Mark 38 25mm machine gun systems and 4 M250 caliber machine guns. The Ford's generous electrical capacity means that the ship could potentially host laser self-defense weapons. Powered by the ship's nuclear reactors, such a system would have a virtually limitless ammunition supply, significantly enhancing the ship's defensive capability.
The hell, dude.
So they got the laser thing going on there.
They got everything.
Because they got the nuclear there,
Yeah.
and they can got infinite amount of energy. I don't think it's infinite because I think the laser takes too much energy. Like when you look at the Israel Iron Dome, it takes a lot of energy, man. And you can only hit basically drones and stuff. I'm not sure if it can go hit hypersonic missiles and stuff like that. Basically, it's more like a drone and small missile killer, not like sophisticated versions of missiles. But it's pretty cool. Maybe, it could be helpful when,
Yeah, it has a lot of defense systems, the ship itself.
Yeah, I want to know what about that spear missile, whatever they call it.
Ford Carrier Strike Group. A carrier strike group, abbreviated as CSG, is a type of carrier battle group that's a principal element of U.S. power, holding enough firepower to rival the air forces of entire nations. Its mission is to achieve and sustain air, sea, and undersea control.
He said entire nations, man. One aircraft carrier can like take on an entire nation when it comes to air supremacy.
Yeah, it's really powerful, man.
Yeah, because like look, this field alone, you can potentially put about 50 to 80, I don't know, planes. There's far more planes than any other countries, in some countries that they have.
Yeah.
And they have all those old planes also. And some of those other countries, they might have imported those, those MiGs and stuff, like old school stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So they have air superiority here. Plus, these are all modernized planes, right? I mean, they have the F-35, F-22 Raptor, the F-16s here and everything. So I think it's pretty dangerous.
Control, response to crisis, and protect United States interests anywhere, anytime. Known for being powerful, mobile, flexible, independent, and sustainable, a carrier strike group typically contains roughly 7,500 personnel and a variety.
Yeah, there's a lot.
7,500 personnel, man. I
Yeah.
told you.
It's a lot, dude.
I don't know how much the salary is, but if you do the math, it's in the millions, man.
So every time they create these carriers, it's also like creating jobs for them, right?
Yeah, actually, that's one good point that you said. Like every time they make one of these, they're going to source the materials from America itself, right? So they're going to have it's creating more work for the economy, and the money's being distributed all over.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's one good thing because like all the tax-paying money at least is going something worthwhile according to the Navy. It's somewhat debatable because with technologically advancing stuff, it's very debatable.
Oh, yeah.
Like what happened in Ukraine and Russia, right? Russia's fleet just got screwed with the Ukrainian small stuff, small toys like they send the small mini drones there. I don't know how it went undetected. Russia is pretty advanced as well, and going undetected is pretty crazy for me also.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it blew out the Moscow or something, a ship.
It's drones.
Just drones, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it's huge damage for them. I think it's in the millions, hundreds of. Is it worth to put the money in this kind of stuff? That's another question,
Yeah, true.
You can create, you can take the money and you can distribute it in other ways. Like you can create jobs in other things. It's just job creation. That's how the economy works. But is it worth it?
Of
That's the
ship
question.
types, including a nuclear-powered aircraft carrier, at least one cruiser, and a destroyer squadron with at least 2 destroyers or frigates. A carrier strike group also, on occasion, includes submarines, attached logistic ships, and a supply ship. The carrier strike group commander operationally reports to the commander of the numbered fleet, who is operationally responsible for the area of waters in which the carrier strike group is operating. Ford-class carrier strike groups have the capability to strike targets from 1,000 miles away and can extend their reach even farther with aerial refueling. As noted by Brian Clark, a former U.S. Navy officer and defense expert at the Hudson Institute, these groups possess the ability to defend against air, missile, and submarine threats and can maintain maritime security over an area spanning hundreds of square miles. Aircraft carriers have long been used to project strength and deter hostile forces.
So that's the advantage side of it. So you can project your strength and you can react quickly and you can provide security, like because they're a maritime nation, right? So you can provide security to their allies as well.
Allies, right?
So that's the advantage side. And it depends. What I was saying about the hypersonic missiles and all the Chinese stuff, it could go out of the water if they're also superior, like technologically advanced. I do not know about the missile system and all that stuff. So it can
go sideways.
So if they have a proper self-defense system, that means it can block those incoming missiles, right? So so that means it's worth to have it because you're projecting strength.
True.
That's how you show that you are a superpower. You're projecting strength. If you don't have something, then you're not a superpower, man.
I think it's worth it.
Yeah, so you're projecting your strength. Like you can go to any country, anytime, and then you can just not only war, you can provide logistics or, disaster, something happening, you can provide
Aid for them.
Also, in times of need, like if they need these planes to go off on a mission, like you just can fly. How are you going to fly from your country? America is like surrounded by water, right? So you have it placed in strategic locations.
Yeah. So this is basically like a floating island that's in the waters.
Yeah. So you have. I think all in all, it is.
Pretty cool, actually.
It is cool, but a huge cost, man.
Yeah, it's a huge cost. Yeah, so that's the end of the video.
Yeah. So
pretty nice actually to learn about this.
yeah, but people are going to start getting mad because the military takes in a lot of money, right? People argue that if you could have put that money into the healthcare system and I don't know how much the military spends. I think it's about 1.2 trillion or more.
I think it mostly goes to the military because these guys have a crazy amount of weapons and.
But it's because of the military only, right? That's America has achieved that status.
Oh yeah, true.
But
do we need that much?
Well,
I mean, one of that carriers is already like really strong enough, and they're still creating more of it, right?
Yeah, more of it because you can place them in different parts of the world, right? So it's not in one all in one, right? So they're diversifying, like they have different places.
Oh, yeah.
And also they have the allies close to it. There's going to be stationed somewhere close to it. I think maybe Singapore in Asia and somewhere in Europe or maybe in the UK or somewhere they keep stationing it everywhere. So they're going to join with the allied nation, right? Just in case if something goes bad.
They have like some sort of backup at least.
But the issue here is the cost, man.
Yeah, it's a huge amount of money.
But it's a beautiful engineering. It's an engineering marvel as well.
I really wonder who created the first carrier for this.
I think the idea was behind that because they want to be mobile, right? So they can get into a different country anytime they want to. I think Russia has just one, and then that one is obsolete as well. That's useless.
Yeah.
This has all the technology things you need. You got laser systems there. You got nuclear power there. You got those guns. You got whatever that spear missile or whatever they call it. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
Also remember, it's just not the aircraft carrier, right? You got the submarines, the other ships coming along with it.
Yeah.
You got the satellite, right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah. What I feel is that I'm not no military expert, but they should have like a reconnaissance mission. Like they should send things forward, not the ship. You got to protect this one first, right? Maybe send some drones,
Drones.
like unmanned drones along with it, not just submarines. Submarine is also very expensive and important asset because you can launch stuff from it. But I would suggest maybe submarine drones or like just light boats, like you can go in front, like miles ahead, and then you can relay information, right? That's coming any on incoming threat. So like example, like sharing information with AI or something, so that if the missile is coming and you already have something in place, it already tells you, right, all the trajectories that's going to take, so they can safeguard the fleet, this aircraft.
Maybe this one already has like a thing that can detect.
I think they
Long
do
enough.
already, but what I was saying is send something right ahead in front.
Yeah, I understand.
Because if you start sending planes and stuff, it's going to trigger the radar, right?
Yeah, true.
If you want to send a mission to, like you sending a mission like a plane, and then they suddenly find out the whatever signature, and then they find out, oh, there's somebody loitering around, and they might take countermeasures. So send something hidden, because it's tiny, right? And the seas, you can camouflage it and just keep it away. Because it's a beautiful ship. You don't want to see it sink. Beautiful engineering.
But do you think it's worth it?
That's a tough question, man. It's a tough. I like it. If your economy is good and you can keep growing your economy, it depends on the economy and how you get your budget. I don't know how it works.
Yeah, it's a lot
Then
of
it's
money,
worth
so-
it because you have to show your power, man.
Yeah, sure.
Because no other country on earth has this much power. I think the UK has some small fleet aircraft.
But I don't think it's like
Not
compared
as
to this-
close.
it's not as close to this one.
So
Can't be
it
compared.
also project. It's military is about power game. You show. If you hide, then these people think you're nobody, and then they start coming and going all over. And also, especially when you have interest in other countries, so they don't want to mess with your ally, right?
Yeah.
So they think twice before they mess with your ally. Maybe the ally should start paying, like Donald Trump said. Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be crazy.
No, because you're providing security, right?
Yeah, providence, exactly.
Yeah, it's nothing free, man. You're pumping your economy's money into it, your people's money, their blood, Like say if America was under attack, like who can help in the way that America can help with such logistics, all this technological advancement and all this, who can do it? By the time they come, it's useless.
True. So what do you think about this video overall?
I think overall this video is impressive. I think I need to learn more. Maybe one day I should end up there. I just wanted to see this. It's so interesting.
In person, you mean? Like,
Yeah, in person. Yeah.
yeah, it'll be really awesome to see
Really
that.
cool. I want to be on one of those aircraft carriers just for once in my life, and then I want to go in one of those jets. That's it. My life is good. I just
Yeah,
want to
maybe
see
in
how
the
it
future.
feels. Yeah. So if any one of those military guys are watching this video, hook me up.
Yeah, that'll be really cool
Anyway,
to see. That's our take on this video. We enjoyed it quite well, and just really nice for us to watch and learn new things as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as well, so don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and we'll see you on our next video.